Today we're going to be graphing linear functions using both slope-intercept form and standard form. So we just talked about it in the last video, but slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And this form is very useful because we have b, which is our y-intercept. And when we are graphing our lines, that's our starting point. So start with y-intercept, which goes on the y-axis. And then we have our second important part, which is our slope. So once we have plotted our y-intercept on the y-axis, we will count our rise over run that we get from the slope. Okay? All right, so if we take a look right here, we have y equals negative 1/3 x plus 5. So 5 is our y-intercept, and this is where we're going to start at the point 0, 5. So I have my little sketched out coordinate plane here. Some say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my starting point. And then I have to look at my slope. So my rise over my run. This tells me, and I just take that negative and I usually put it in the numerator, it doesn't matter. But this -1 tells me the direction is down, not up. And this +3 tells me the direction is right. So I go down 1, right 3. So down 1, right 1, 2, 3, and put a point. Down 1, right 1, 2, 3, and put a point. Down 1, right 1, 2, 3, put a point. And I can put as many as I want. And there's my line. So I know it's inconvenient to not have some coordinate planes on our paper, but it's okay. We can deal with it. I can tell if your graph is right or wrong. If you show me your y-intercept and you state your slope. So here we go to B. This time I have to make sure I start with a -2. So my y-intercept is at 0, -2. So 1, 2, down in the negatives. And then my slope over here is 4. And again, I need a rise over a run, so I have to make this a fraction by putting a 1 under it. So now everything's positive. +4 tells me up. +1 tells me right. So from here, my starting point, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 1. And remember, if you run out of space, you can always go down 1, 2, 3, 4, to the left 1. You can do the opposite. And that pattern should always give you a line. Okay, take a look at the next ones. So this is slope-intercept form. It does look a little weird. We don't have anything added on the end. So remember, if there's nothing there, that is the same thing as nothing, 0. And I have my my invisible 1 in the front here. So my y-intercept is at the point 0, 0, or the origin. That's my starting point. And my slope is going to be 1 over 1. So up 1, right 1. So up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Or don't forget, down left, down left. We can do it that way also. And then lastly, right here, y equals 2. This is one of our special ones that should be super easy, but sometimes it is not. What am I missing here? I'm actually missing the x term. So my slope is 0, so we can think of it that way. We can also see that I'm going through the 2 on the y-axis. And basically, if you remember or remind yourself that y is always 2 no matter what x is, you're going to end up with a horizontal line.